And what I need you coons to understand, black man, is the only white woman you get, the only Chinese woman you get, the only Latino woman you get, the only Arab you get, the only East Indian you get, the only Mediterranean you get, the only Italian you get, the only Anglo, the only Korean, the only Chinese, the only Japanese woman you get are the ones that their men did not want. You get the leftovers. You never get prom pickings. You get the leftovers. You never get prom pickings.
I'm not bashing you.
Really?
I just don't understand why you're ignoring me. I'm 22 years old and you have yet to be in my life.
Y'all know me too well.
I'm sorry, brother. You've been caught.
I'm sorry, brother, but you are in the book of Negroes.
Y'all know my love for children is too strong.
Big difference between the snow bunny and the African queen.
For anybody to be coming out the woodworks telling you they've been trying to reach me when my number has been public for 20 years. Listen, brothers and sisters, I want y'all to listen.
It's not about hate. It's about loyalty to the black woman.
I don't believe you've never stuck your in some white pink.
The snow bunny will find a black man in progress. She will find him on the job. She will find him on the university. And that snow bunny will see a black man with potential and she will invest in him. She will help him level up. And then when the sisters see him 5 years later, he's a millionaire. And the sisters say, look at that sellout. He went and got a white girl. But guess what?
I just love Devion. Bitch, I love him too.
This is the sickest thing that I done been through all week. If you know me, you know I love Dr. Umar, but to find out that he might potentially be a fake, a fraud, a phony, or a deadbeat father has me on the brink of extinction.
Wait, he said the only woman you as a black guy get is the ones that nobody wants? He's black, right? But you might be a deadbeat father at the same time? I don't know how that works. All right, let's listen.
Just a day ago, Dr. Umar's daughter allegedly got online. She said that she's 22 years old, that she's never had a relationship with her father. She's tried to reach out to him because she found out that she has a sister, another child that he has. And she's saying in the video, like, you know, my dad has never been there for anything important for me, but I don't want that to affect the relationship that I have with my sister. I've never had a relationship with him, but I want to get to know my sister.
And what I need you coons to understand, black man.
She posted text messages. I'm going to share them with you right here. I go and I see Dr. Umar's reply video, and at first I'm thinking like, this just cannot be real. But as he starts explaining the story, he says, my phone number has been the same for 20 years.
My phone number has been the same for 20 years.
Wait a minute, there's a lot to unpack here. First, I'm a coon because I can appreciate a jiggly Chinese booty.
Wow, 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 wow.
But you get to not be in your kid's life and then act like, oh, well, my phone number been the same. You could have had called me. What if you don't answer the phone? Okay.
So anybody telling you they've been trying to reach me and my phone number hasn't changed in 20 years, mind you, I speak at graduations in Philadelphia all the time.
But what if you didn't come to my graduation? Like I tried to call you. You didn't pick up. So that's awesome that you speak at community graduations. But you know what? Don't even worry about it.
I'm on the street in Philadelphia all the time.
You don't be on my street where I live, where you and my mom conceived me. You don't frequent that street, to my knowledge.
In Philadelphia all the time.
Yeah.
Umar's rules is black queens forever, snow bunnies never. I do not support interracial marriages at all.
If you know, you know. That whole the phone works both ways things, that's a deadbeat's first go-to.
Stop the cap now. Can we please stop the cap, brothers and sisters?
He goes on to say, I speak at graduations in Philadelphia all the time. I be in the streets of Philadelphia. If anybody was looking for me, they could have found me. Sir, your daughter? So then at this point, I'm like, this has to be an old clip. Like, this cannot be about his daughter. He starts referring to themselves as Baby Smurf. He calls her Baby Smurf. He refers to himself as Papa Smurf and says we need to get Mama Smurf. Where's Mama Smurf? We need to get her in the room and we all need to have a conversation. Stop the cap. But this is what really got me. He said, you're trying to build your struggles, dream, and career off my back, coming out the woodwork saying that you're looking for me.
Trying to build your struggles, dream, and career off of my back? Coming up out of nowhere?
Wait. Isn't that what Bronny James is doing? He's building his NBA career off of his dad's back. I mean, isn't that what kids are supposed to do? Build their careers off of the backs of their parents? But I'm a coon because I can appreciate a jiggly white booty. Okay, maybe there's more to the story. Tell me, Dr. Ragumar, I'm listening.
Like you've been looking for me. Get Mama Smurf. When can the three of us have a sit down? I'm ready for this. When can Mama Smurf, Papa Smurf, and Baby Smurf have a sit down?
Y'all could have been sitting down the last 22 years is what it seems like the daughter is trying to say. I mean, where's her sister? You could all... What? I thought you wanted two wives. That's... See... Guys like this make guys like us, me, who can handle two wives. No one's in the dark. Everyone knows they're getting treated equally. Look bad. Tell me more, Dr. Damn Fulmar.
You're saying this about your child because you have now just confirmed that this is your daughter.
And what I need you coons to understand, black man.
He goes on to say, I've been paying child support since before you came out the womb. Deadbeat who? And then let's go back to the Philadelphia thing. Just because you be on the streets in Philadelphia and you be at graduation, speaking at graduations, what does that have to do with being a deadbeat? It's people that's deadbeats that live in the same city as they kids. What are we really talking about here?
Been paying child support since you damn near came out the womb. Deadbeat who? Child support started, you wasn't even out your mama yet. And she took me to child support. Deadbeat who? Deadbeat who?
What's your name? Charlemagne the God. What's your name? Toby. What's your name, Nick? LeBron James. What's your name? Toby.
To my white friends, yes, my people are very traumatized. I mean, there's you know what? Don't even worry about it.
I don't have anything against Dr. Umar, but he is one of the reasons why I don't jump up and vouch for people just because of the way that they speak or how they present themselves online. I first heard about him several years ago before he went viral. And, you know, I thought he had some great ideas. He seemed really genuine. He's got a school he's building up. I was on a panel at a university and we were looking for keynote speakers for an event. And myself and a few other people wanted to bring in Dr. Umar. But there were some other people on the committee that was like, no, dude's a cartoon. He's a fraud. No, they were really adamant about not bringing him. And we were all supposed to present who we wanted at the next meeting. And then we were going to vote. Before the meeting comes up, we DM him, try to get all our business in order before the next meeting. At the next meeting, they presented who they wanted. Then they pulled up YouTube and they showed a video of Umar beefing with some other guys in the conscious community. It was almost like rap beef. I don't even know what the problem was. Then they showed a clip of him on a live and he's like in a hotel room and he's snapping on some guys that he's having the beef with. He's got the whole gangster tough talk down and he's just going in on them. Then he gets a phone call and it was supposed to be like one of his guys or one of his goons. And he said, do you want us to take care of it? He said, no, I got this, like he's shot calling or something. And while he's on the phone starts ringing. It's not like beep over ring. It's like it was ringing, like, because nobody was ever on the phone.
What? This dude was not like, do I want you to handle it? Nah, you don't got to. He didn't do that. That didn't happen, bro. And the reason I can't believe it happened, because this guy called me a coon because I can appreciate the jiggliness of a French Canadian booty. So anyone who talks like that, they gotta know what they're talking about, dude. So maybe you didn't see the clip right.
Whole committee starts cracking up. It just wasn't a good look. That was not the intellectual soundbite, Dr. Umar, that I wanted to present to the committee. I just said, cut the video, man.
So when he says, how about Papa Smurf, Baby Smurf, and Mama Smurf have a sit down, he then says, and I'll bring my white man paperwork.
If his number hasn't changed in 20 years, why haven't you called for an in-person conversation? You wait until now. Why is that?
I don't like the language that he's using towards her. It will trigger you deep down inside.
I feel you, cutie. It's triggering me. Okay, that's an ADHD thought. But yeah, the words can be triggering.
The language that he's using towards her, it will trigger you deep down inside if you watch that video. Not only that, but she posted another video where he has now made a post where he referred to her as a struggle streamer. Because remember, he said that she's trying to build her struggle and dream, on his back because she reached out to him looking for her sister. I don't like this.
Are you related? I'm about to answer your question. Okay. Allow me to do that. I am a blood relative of Frederick Douglass. My name is on the family tree. We have a family reunion every 2 years. What they're talking about, I want to make sure you're clear. They're talking about whether or not I come through the loin of Frederick Douglass, which I do not, nor have I ever claimed. Okay? I have more videos on YouTube than any other scholar. I speak around the world more than any other scholar. Show me where I've ever said I was a descendant. I've only claimed one thing, kinsman. How am I kinsman? If you ever read any of the autobiographies of Frederick Douglass, he talks about growing up on Tuckahoe Creek with Cousin Stephen. Cousin Stephen is Stephen Bailey, Dr. Umar Johnson's 4 times great-grandfather, whose grave I just visited last week. I go every year. Okay, that's my 4 times great-grandfather. He married my 4 times great-grandmother, Caroline Wilson Bailey. From that union came my 3 times great-grandfather, George Washington Bailey, the first black public school teacher on Eastern Shore, Maryland. He married Grandma Annie. They had Grandma Caroline. Okay, she had Grandma Vivian. Grandma Vivian married a Spanish-speaking Cuban immigrant. Grandpa Cicero. They had Grandma Ida, still alive, who married James Johnson, who had my father Jamal, who married my mama Barbara. And from that union I was born. I'm a blood and belly. I'm not married in. What they're talking about is strictly descendancy, something I've never claimed. Am I a kin? Do I directly come from the loin of the first cousin and potentially half-brother of Frederick Douglass? And the reason I say potentially, the slave master who owned our family, a white man named Aaron Anthony, raped Frederick's mother and raped Stephen's mother, my ancestor. And there's significant evidence to suggest that. Some people could still argue, though, that they were not brothers because it's not conclusive. Fine, throw that out. I'm still a kinsman because I come through the blood of his first cousin.
And what I need you coons to understand, black man.
Why did I become a coon again? Because they asking you something.
You know what? I am sick of your micromanaging bullshit.
The last thing that I noticed, and this is key when you have somebody who may be gaslighting you or exhibiting narcissistic behaviors, and it's the way that he poses this question. He asks a question in his video, but he poses it as though it's coming from the viewer's mind. And he says, if his number hasn't changed in 20 years, how are you looking for him? Remember that Dr. Umar is an actual doctor and he is a psychologist, so he does know a little bit about the brain. What he's doing is planting a thought into the viewer's mind already to get them on his side, because you have to listen to how the question is posed. If his number hasn't changed in 20 years, how are you looking for him? Now, if I ask that question and you're hearing it, it's going to sound like it's coming from your own thoughts. Okay, this is I'm going somewhere with this, y'all. This is psychological. And the thing about Dr. Umar that's so crazy, it's like, Dr. Umar, we know you have power. We know you have powers. You're a powerful speaker. You have the power to move people. When you have a gift like that, you have to decide. You have to make a choice. Are you going to use your power for good, or are you going to use your power for evil?
And you know what pissed me off is when a black man thinks he's so privileged that he will bring his snow bunny into an all-black space.
He don't think he privileged, I don't believe, because he brought a white woman into... Who said it was all black?
It's racist, what you're doing.
This is an all-black meeting, and you can't have no...
Fucking white people.
I don't be knowing with these Hotep Negroes sometimes. Never, actually. I never know with these Hotep Negroes. That's what I should have said.
Black man think he's so privileged that he will bring his snow bunny into an all-black space. We having a black meeting about black problems, and this coon want to come and bring this thing.
It's very rapper, preacher, church vibes going. Is that a part of the psychology? Let me get into the psyche of you Negroes so I can get into the pocket of you Negroes. Because I come from the black church. I was raised in the black church. Great-grandfather owned a church. All of us played instruments in the church. That was us in the Kojic church. And the music was absolutely hypnotizing people to give money. And churches are 501c under the white man's paperwork that he said, and they don't have to pay taxes. Is that why the churches are acting like, don't matter that God said you gay people can't come in here? We love gay people. So they can keep getting their 501c status? No, that can't be why people are doing that. Nah. That would be a creepy conspiracy if that were why, to put those. But that's not what we're doing on this channel. We're not doing that, YouTube. We're not doing that. I'm just saying how much this looks a lot like church rapper and the people. Yes. Jesus. It just looks a little strange to me.
And what I need you coons to understand.
Okay, dude, I almost forgot I was a coon, but how can I forget just because I can appreciate the jiggliness of an Italian booty? I gotta be a coon. Okay.
The only white woman you get, the only Chinese woman you get, the only Latino woman you get, the only Arab you get, the only East Indian you get, the only Mediterranean you get, the only Italian you get, the only Anglo, the only Korean, the only Chinese, the only Japanese woman you get are the ones that their men did not want. You get the leftovers. You never get prime pickings. You get the leftovers. You never get prom pickings.
You can't use your words in that way because you are a word magician. You can't invoke those things in people. You have to be careful and use discernment how you use that against people, because that's a gift. And if you start using your power for dark instead of light, you know, if you say you believe in spiritual karma and things like that, what you speak about, it's got me questioning a lot of things right now because...
Hold on. Babe, you cute. This woman could be molded. You probably would have had to get her 18, 19 before she's had the opportunity to run into grifters like Umar. Men are the ones who turn women bitter. It's not all men. It's just weird dudes like this who got a slick tongue. They know how to talk. They know how to manipulate. All people, not just women. They run into these women who are in their early 20s. A woman's nature is to believe the man. Her nature is to believe. Why you think the devil didn't go to Adam? Because Adam already knew. Eve had never been told a lie. Adam had never been told a lie. So the devil had to go to Eve and be like, yo, this and this and that. Especially if the devil was like, ooh, you look cute today, Eve. She was probably like, word? I mean, I look all right, but yo, won't you bite on this apple? Naturally, the woman wants to believe her man. And it's messed up when a woman believes this weird dude. He never had intentions for good. Like this dude, whoever this guy is, he never had positive intentions with these women. That's why he ran off. And the 22-year-old daughter was like, yo, I've been like trying to, and he just, okay. These dudes make all men look bad. And that's why these types of dudes are our mortal enemies as men. It's our job to protect our women, our mothers, our sisters, our cousins, our aunts, our daughters, our wives from these types of men. It's our duty to protect our sons from these types of men. It's our duty as men to train our sons not to become these kinds of men. That's where it starts. That's why the conspiracy was from the beginning, let's get the man out of the home. Then we can do what we want to do with the minds of these people. That's the conspiracy. Maybe it's not a conspiracy, YouTube. That's crazy talk, YouTube. That ain't even what it is. YouTube, I'm playing around. You know I gotta entertain these Negro. Shit.
Dr. Umar is somebody who is like, we got to build the schools for the kids and build up the black community and our black queens forever, snow bunnies never. How do you have this beautiful black daughter and you talking about, you know, she should have reached out to you. Your phone number been the same for 20 years.
You beautiful too, though. Especially if that's your real hair. Oh, goodness, girl. But she already sound like she bitter. She don't really trust men. She probably already had some weird Umar dude come into her life, sell her a bunch of magic beans, and now she don't trust no men. I hate these weird dudes, man.
You gotta explain this. This ain't sitting well with me. It's truly the language, because even when he does reach back out to her, and I'm gonna post the messages here for you guys, he decides to put at the end, I would love to build the relationship with you that your mother never let us have. So
No, well, okay. There are those baby dads out there who they themselves went into the situation with good intentions. But the woman that he ran into probably already having been tainted by her dad and her mom's experience with her dad message, already didn't trust men from the beginning. So I don't blame the women at all. I always blame the men, because us men, we have the power to not be weird. You got the power to not be weird, bro. Whether you're using it or not, that's something else. But the power to not be, that's a pre-installed program, bro. You gotta, nah.
your daughter is grown. Your daughter is an adult. You've not tried to contact your daughter in years? She's 22 years old. What are we talking about here?